Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I will give you a short review on the Evah Pirazzi Gold violin strings from Pirastro. I played those strings for around 3 months now in different settings. In orchestra playing, in rehearsals, with my tango band and in concert. In general, there's one dominant characteristic in those strings. They have a very warm timbre. To be specific, let's start with the G string. The G string has a very warm sound and in the beginning sounds very edgy too. But later the sound gets frayed and unfocused, especially in higher positions. Also my wolf note got worse. The D string is similar to the G but has less of the problems, because D strings usually tends to be easier on violins. The A string has a very warm timbre but sometimes sounds quite harsh under the ear. The E string I really fell in love with. In higher positions it has a similar sweet sound like golden E strings used to have, but it still carries well. It can really shine without being aggressive or squeaky. The playability of the strings is overall very good. The tension is in the mid-range of all synthetic violin strings. For example, they have less tension than the Peter Infeld strings. I'm torn apart with those strings. In the beginning, the edgy part of the Evah Pirazzi Gold strings makes up for the lack of focus, especially on the D and on the G string. But too soon, after a month or so, the edgy sound faints and one has to work really hard to focus the sound, and the limitations increase fast as the time goes by. For me, having the strings for at least 3 months on my violin works fine. Even if I play much, I can deal with some loss in sparkle. Sadly, with the Evah Pirazzi Gold, there is a need to stay in the time zone before the strings lose their edgy part, which is typical for new strings. On the other hand, the first month gives you such a different strings to others on the market. You have a very warm and flexible sound and still can cut through in a situation you need to. Of course, my opinion is based on having them tested on my violin, so it can be very different with your violin. Maybe if you have a violin which has a very edgy sound by itself, then those strings can work quite good. My violin tends to sound more warm and mellow in the lower strings, so that I need some edge from the strings. I'm not sure if I can give you a recommendation on those strings. For myself, I probably wouldn't buy them again, unless I have the money to buy them for every month and the nerves to tune them and put them on the violin for every month or so. Tell me in the comments below what you think about the Evah Pirazzi Gold. I think they are a really good attempt to combine the edginess of the Evah Pirazzi regular strings and gut-like sound. But unfortunately, the lifespan of those strings is quite short as well. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more videos like this and have fun practicing.